Hello, and welcome to another update video about SUI. Yeah, SUI has reached my next target. We're going to talk about that in a minute. SUI has reacted to the support zone here, and I highlighted to you that unless we get a 5-wave move to the upside, we haven't really got a confirmation that a low is in place. I would now call this a first 5-wave move up, but without a signal that a low is, that the top is in place, a local top. So what we needed, obviously we had a 1-2 setup, and we needed a confirmation from an analysis point of view that this wave 2 here bottomed. And we can only get this confirmation when we get the next 5-wave move up. Until yesterday, obviously, or overnight now, we had only 3 waves up, okay? And quick info here, this one wick that pushed higher here, I'm disregarding that because I think it's only visible on Binance, so it might just have been slippage or a glitch on the exchange or something. The idea was that, okay, we might have seen the video yesterday, we had our wave 4 support zone here. So I was tracking 5 waves up, and this is now pretty good because we have actually a 5-wave move up. So we have a first confirmation that indeed wave 2 bottomed. That was here, I think it was the 6th of, no, it was earlier, the 2nd of September, yeah? That the 2nd of September low was actually a substantial one. So that was at 74 cents, could either be yellow wave 2 or red wave B. And then I presented to you this micro support region where I said ideally we're holding the 50% fib level, but because this move up could be a diagonal, we can allow for the 61.8 fib level as well. It didn't need to test the 61.8. It just tested the 50% fib level at 85.9 cents. The next upside target is reached. Didn't talk about that in the last video because we didn't have a target yet, but posted that yesterday on Discord for our gold members. That just is easier and more up to date because sometimes I can't give you a target without the low in wave 4. But late yesterday we saw, okay, possibly wave 4 bottomed. So I posted that $1.03 to $1.08 are the next upside Fibonacci levels to watch for wave 5. Let's go back to the live chart. Now that doesn't mean this is where it needs to stop, but ideally, if this indeed is a 5th wave, well, wave 5 would stop there. I can really only give you the next support area then for the subsequent pullback should we see a sign of a top, because until then this will just move and we should have some time. Should we see the top form somewhere, then we can add a support area. And I mean, this increase, it took a week roughly, but a bit longer than a week actually. So yeah, the pullback also should take at least a few days, right? Now, of course, something different could unfold. We could go higher directly, for example, in red wave 2 as a diagonal. That's possible. But that's why I provided a support area. So anybody who wanted to find an entry could have done that already. But the red count would be this, wave 1 and 3 waves, wave 2, and we could just go higher. But then we have to be very, very mindful that we might be dealing with the red C wave if we go higher directly, because then it would, if we continue to push higher, then it would just be a diagonal pattern. That's something to be aware of, and then it would have to be the red wave count in my opinion, because yellow wave 3 cannot be a diagonal, but the C wave in red can be a diagonal. So from a bearish point of view, short-term bullish but bearish, this would be wave 1, this would be wave 2, this would now be wave 3, then a 4, then a 5. And that would not be directly bullish. It would result in a larger 3-wave move to the upside, which we just need to be very mindful of. But at the moment, the market can push higher in the short term. And the higher we go now, the higher the probabilities that the red scenario will work out. So don't necessarily rely on a pullback here. But please note that now, with a rally from support into the next target zone, obviously the risk of a pullback has increased, and Bitcoin also has formed a 5-wave move up. And if Bitcoin starts a pullback, SUI might do the same. Disclaimer though, while I record this video, the market hasn't given us any signals of a pullback. We've also reached the previous resistance area here, around $1.09, $1. It's a bit of a range. I'd say it starts at around probably like $1.03, goes up to $1.12. That's a bit of a resistance area we need to overcome, especially circle 1 needs to be broken. And that is at $1.12. Yeah, this is the swing high that formed on the 12th of August at around $1.12, and that would also be a possible breakout signal. But for now, this works well as a 5-wave move. It's just when this last move up gets too long, okay, then we're dealing possibly rather with the red wave count. The clearest pattern would develop if we now maybe just push a little bit higher, maybe to $1.08, and then it gives us a pullback, a corrective pullback. Then we have the next 1-2 setup. So it's interesting in the short term here to observe this. And I'll keep you updated about SUI. So I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.